Hi.
The twin guy.
Yes. Hello, Alec.
Which one? You're the 10-minute early?
Yes,
or-
older one.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
I can tell the maturity in your
The
voice.
wisdom in the eyes.
I have 2 questions for both you guys, if that's okay. I can ask them both to you. I'll ask Alec first, and then hit to Scott.
That won't work,
Both
but
involving. Sorry.
No, never mind.
Okay. They're both involving the Beast Wars careers with the characters. Gotta say, by the way, my brother and I, we didn't start with G1 when we were kids.
Yeah.
The very first, we didn't even know G1 was a thing until Robots in Disguise came into America for they were all about to first Predacon. So we didn't even know G1 existed. So we started with Beast Wars, and I gotta say, it's still today is our favorite TV show of all time to watch. Almost topped by Transformers Prime, but we'll talk about that.
Right.
Yeah. So
Talk about that in the bar.
I have to. I wonder for 2 questions for you. So, how did you come to have interest in doing the role for Tarantulas?
Well, I hate to be blunt, but my agent sent me to an audition, and I got the part.
Fair enough.
Essentially, that's what happened.
Okay. And so,
In other words, it didn't have much to do with me.
okay, you just did because it was.
Well, and then I went in and I did the bit, and then they went, well, could you do it a little higher? So then I did the bit, and then it went, no, a little higher. And then I finally got right up here. yeah. And then that was really painful. And then they went, that's the one we want.
So with that, how did you feel about the character of Tarantulas you did? Like, how did you get into the character? Did you enjoy doing him?
Well, I mean, like, if you play a bad guy, then you got to be lovable. Because, of course, the bad guys are always right. So that's how I approached it. I didn't think I was doing anything wrong. Did you think I was doing anything wrong?
No.
Yes.
I'm always interested for Tarantulas. I've always been intrigued by him ever since I was a kid as well. And I always said he was my favorite Beast Wars character of the whole show.
I think you're an unwell young man. You really need help.
Just because, like, it was very similar to Stars from G1, but in his own way different. I was like, him as a character I felt was really straightforward in his directions and his plans, but at the same time, like, what made him do what he wanted to do. Starscream was pretty, complicated himself. And
well, I mean, Tarantulas had more legs.
That he did.
You can't argue with that.
No, you can't. Thank you, Alec. Appreciate it.
I don't even know what I did.
for answering questions.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Alec. Scott, geez, see, I was looking at him, looking at you, and I was thinking, I'm sorry.
No, you guys, I don't know. You guys, I'm sorry.
That was my Al Willows impression, by the way.
Ask him about his hat.
I was actually, okay. Why the hat? It's always wearing it. Every picture I see, always wearing it.
Well, that's what the hair is stitched into. Then I just pull the whole piece off at the end of the night. The hat, really? Is that your question?
No. That was
all right. I'll answer the Al question later.
Okay. So you probably gonna say you liked all 4, but if you had to pick one,
which is that
which one? Yes. I want to know. Like, which one did you enjoy the most doing?
They're all my children. I love them equally. You don't understand. They all come from my heart and my passion. They were all different. I get asked, what's I'm so proud of Beast Wars, or Beasties, as we had to say up here in Canada. Join Ratty and Gumgolly Gorilla and all their chums tonight on Beasties. Dinobot became this thing. Dinobot, and at the beginning it was like, hey, I mean, the coolest thing about that was getting a phone call going, hey, you booked 3 characters on this new series.
You must have made a fortune. I mean, Jesus.
I almost was 4. I was almost Cheetor.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Okay, now we're just sick of them. No. We'll go with the real Cheetor instead. So it was like, okay, I'm playing like 2 bad guys and this one good guy. We didn't know. And I had done a lot of cartoons, a lot of North American, Saturday morning style animation, which is like save the world in 22 minutes and then sell some action figures. Which I assumed, okay, it's Transformers thing, it'll be that.
Yeah.
And then the writing started to become fantastic. And that was, oh God, I'm having a total seniors moment. I think I borrowed it from you.
I wouldn't know.
Oh God, Larry Steele and Bob Forward, who wrote the whole of Beast Wars, and they were phenomenal, man. They supervised this thing. So Dinobot became this amazing thing. And of course, again, it's still just a job. And then when Dinobot, and then I did my first ever BotCon. It was my first Transformers convention, and people were coming up and going, like, "When Dinobot died," it's like I'm going, "What? Yeah, this has got some stuff to it." So from in all the esoteric actor BS-y world of like, he was really interesting because he had this dynamic in this arc, and he was was kind of a complicated character. Yeah, right. You just made it sound like. The voice, by the way, was I played Cobra Commander very briefly after Chris Latta passed away. I took that voice and I pitched it down 2 octaves because otherwise my ears would be bleeding constantly. So you go from there, Cobra, and it's like, take this down, and it's like, all right, now it's more coming.
It hurts. That hurts.
Yes. You know what? I mean, Rat Trap was probably the most like me. Because he's just an idiot. Waspinator just became this comedic goofball.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I still love Waspinator. It's the most. If I died today, it's the one voice that's mine.
Yeah.
Except for the fact that even today, midday Saturday at this convention, I've heard 7 Waspinators that I went, I could retire. I was doing the voice and I went, you know what? I'm not as good as they are. Like, it sounds better. You guys blow my mind, and that's for like 20 years. People do that voice. And now Tom Kenny does it.
Oh, Waspinator, now want to live in pineapple under the sea.
So that and Silverbolt was just dumb, but lovable. He was a paladin.
Yes.
So that was the long.
He was a surfer, wasn't he?
In my head.
Yeah.
I know I'm taking much time, but I've always wanted to know in person your opinion of this.
Venus is stunningly beautiful.
Obviously, arguably one of the greatest moments in Transformers history was the episode Code of Hero. I want to know how it was like for you recording that day for the death of Dinobot.
It was like, well, there goes a quarter of my paycheck.
Oh.
You know what's weird is Dinobot knew that Dinobot was going to die.
Yeah.
5 episodes in, when you start getting into Hamlet, it's like, you should know. To be or not to be. Meanwhile, me, it's like, derpy, 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 derp. I'm just going to go derping off to work today. Derpy, derpy, derp, 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 derp. And the rest is silence. Okay, I'm dead. When do I come back? It's like, you don't, Scott. You're dead. Yeah, but I'm cartoon dead, right? It was like, no, you're actually dead. Yeah, but you don't die in cartoons. You're dead. You may not dead. But what am I? Dead. Dead. Ah! And then everybody else in the room laughed. Right? I did remember going like, hey, I'm trying to die in here. Because these monkeys.
Well, I died too.
Yeah.
I did. I died.
I think the tragic death was Scorponok and.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, hey, we're back for season 2. It was like, yes, we're back.
That was sad.
Beautiful Doug and Beautiful Dawn. And it was like, did we just fall into lava?
That hurts.
Yeah, it was weird. But I've watched Code of the Hero.
He's standing there expecting you to answer his question.
I know, I think, I'm trying. I'm sorry, ADDs, ADOS, squirrel, shiny
100
boobies.
people behind you.
I watched it and was very deeply moved by it. The thing that's amazing about Beast Wars, I don't watch TV. I didn't own a TV for 10 years. I certainly don't watch stuff that I'm in because I'm way too... I would, like, Beast Wars for me was like, Thursday, yeah, I gotta go home and watch my show. I like the little rat guy. I could completely dissociate from the fact that I was in it and just go, this show is terrific. And then I'd go, oh, wait, I'm in it. It's somehow it still manages to be terrific. It was weird. Okay.
Scotty's pretty humble.
Thanks, you guys. Thanks for answering the questions. Appreciate it.
Oh, thank you, buddy.
No problem.
Yeah.